It's early in the morning, but we are feeling just fine. Today, in 90 minutes, get us all in line. News, views, and entertainment galore. Tune in to Hands of Hope Radio 100.5 FM. It's never a bore.
So there in 19 minutes, the current affairs show. Join us every weekday from 7 to 8:30, we know.
Radio 100.5 FM, and we're broadcasting live from our studios at 28 Blacksley Street, Kingdom in Freetown. It's another edition of our daily current affairs program today, 90 minutes, where we bring you in-depth analysis and discussions on the latest happenings across the country. You can also get us live on our Facebook page and HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM, the Umadem Radio, and on our YouTube channel, HandsofHope Radio. I'm your host for today's episode, Erica with Bangura. Our inspirational quote for today is from Benjamin Franklin, and it says, "An investment in knowledge pays the best in interest." In today's edition of the program, Today 90 Minutes, President Bill calls for strengthening democracy and unity in Sierra Leone's post-peace dialogue address, and Sierra Leone to receive 50 new buses in the next 3 weeks, says Transport Minister. In today's edition of our program, we are discussing on the topic unlocking the university experience, spotlight on FBC short course in computer literacy, and reopening essentials at the University of Sierra Leone. And we are honored to have a distinguished guest with us today who will shed light on these important topics. First, we want to welcome James Tambalebi, the Director of Public Relations at the University of Sierra Leone. He is here to discuss the preparations for the reopening of the university, covering applications, fees, accommodation, transportation, and more. Good morning, welcome to the program started.
Good morning, Erica. Good morning, listener.
All right, you're welcome. And we are expecting in the studio Nicholas A. Kamara, a lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone, IPAM, an entrepreneurship and innovation expert, and a mentor in business development and marketing. And he will be discussing the FBC short course in computer literacy. We're expecting him in the studio. Well, these and more are lined up in today's edition of the program Today 90 Minutes. Continue to stay with us for the next 1 hour, 20 minutes.
It's early in the morning, but we are feeling just fine. Today, in
Radio
90 minutes,
100.5 FM, it's the thing to do.
We cover the issues from all across the land. Our team of experts provides views oh so grand, from politics to sports and everything in between. You won't miss a thing when you listen to us. It's clear and keen.
So there in 19 minutes, the current affairs show. Join us every week.
HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM, the Umalim Radio, and on our YouTube channel, HandsofHope Radio. You can be part of the program by sending your text message to the number 078602461 or 090001005. You drop your text message on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. We are starting the program proper with our first story. The Love of Christ Foundation has kicked off a transformative 5-day camping program aimed at empowering physically challenged individuals and young people. Under the theme My Community, My Responsibility, Coach No to Food, participants have made a remarkable commitment to break free from the harmful drug Kush. In an interview with Hands of Hope Radio, some camp attendees revealed their unprecedented success in abstaining from Kush for 2 consecutive days and called upon the government to support this crucial initiative. Love of Christ Foundation members Jane, Sandy, and Zainab shared their inspirational experiences in guiding these young people toward a healthier and more promising future.
When yesterday when we come, they turn up with it. When they see something, they say really they don't tire. They really want to live the life now where at least themselves go happy. So today we dey try for shape. Although the bad one, they really they show themselves out. So we dey try for say how best we go handle this because we no go talk 100% say nah, they wey come, they all na the same habit. No, we get mixed habits people them among them. So we try, we young, we dey try for see how best we go able for change their life through God in your help.
Alright, so what are some of the activities that we wanna don dey do so far? Because for keep them one side, because we can talk to them, they can get some reaction when they save hours, they go without push.
Yeah, like yesterday, in a counseling we be dey go round with. They're gonna feel like yesterday evening time, they're gonna feel this morning back, they're gonna feel. Then we pray with them this morning.
Now that begin saying a positive change from yesterday to today.
Some get where they really want change. We dey see them, then they among them. But some then they really that habit is inside them.
How the security like from yesterday.
When the security they do their own level best. They because they go around, they watch room to room, or see how best the rooms then they. If they know they do them, let them take notice for say this room, then they smoke and they, then they make sure they pull all because then they even search them before then they enter. Where bad for it don't bad, they don't bad. For change them, not small.
When I encounter any situation where somebody come inside with kush,
Some they be get them, but they offload them. Or some they smuggle with and come inside with them. And the one that them they smoke under the room, but there was security them they go room to room, and we see say them they pull under their hand.
Experience like is so much. They say like for control them, try for encourage them, talk to them, especially like when they take push, some know they take push, some they take tramadol. All of them get them different things when they take. But majority they take the push. More especially for them talk to them, encourage them, calm them down. I think that a big experience where we self calm.
the main challenge you wanna face with them from yesterday.
Well, like the challenging parts, not like the exceeding of the crowd, then the health, some them food, some them, but the first aid kit we forget when are just few, but some really need that they need treatment. Some man come with operation, some man come with different, some man come with sore. So like we really go with them challenges in the yesterday, how for make sure say reach them, talk to them, even though medical no become, yet to that point they will become the moment. So like we meet them, would have for help, would have for clean, would have for make sure it's like for drum.
It's one of the goal of this program of ensure say the one that want me to take push or any other type of harmful drug, then decide for abstain. From Monday to now, how you don't see then you think say that on an objective or goal you know go for achieve at the end of the program?
Yeah, obviously, we dey pray to God for that. And we get the assurance. And we even they get assurance among them right now. Say me, I'm not ready for change. Now this one for this and
There's
this.
something to go on and testimony in it.
Yes, obviously. Me like me, I even participate in what it when I 5 of them. Some of them they give me the testimonies then they.
My name na Aruna Mustafa Boxing Bangura. Come on approved school Utolo. 1 week ago, I just come on a prison because of goods. I meet up this program, and so I thought I'm fit say for me for be part of this program, my life will be changed. Then I go able for accept Jesus as my Lord and personal Savior.
So from yesterday to today, wait till you don't learn so far from the program and how that day you think they go help you.
Well, the most important thing from yesterday to today, I not smoke push it. So that day alone first don't begin to help me life. So I know say the 5 days they done, my life will be normal.
This message you want for send to you company young man they out there, even young lady them where they in that kind of situation where I believe for say you may did before.
Well, my advice to my brother and my sister, them, my uncle and my auntie them, who will be there by the same life. This not to life. This now waste of time. How they waste your time now so your life they go. Imagine you go smoke push, you don't get where they know throughout the day. Now it's now your life you they waste.
So when you mean take this year, so how that they may make you dey react?
This why be they take at me. For me, when they put me one side. Because we side they go smoke another day, she don't say they don't. If I hold 100,000 passing door before I come on and get home.
Me na my name Richard, common and Rufipa communities. I learned beaucoup sense from yesterday we can we dey mingle all together, play fun. But like the coach, it don't spoil really. Because why the states also saw be there will not did it again. It don't spoil particularly me she don't wait snap so. It don't spoil me career. Be do with my family. Now they don't disown me for push. They don't land me job. The people they don't are us, but just because of cook. and gave me. So push a bad to the health. Push bad being, I dey pray, let God wipe am in the heart and why don't tire for these 5 days. And not to me one year, all who don't tire, let God wipe am in the heart. Being Lord not take her again.
My name Fatimata Mustafa, common who prefer community. I decide for can attend this program because we don't need strain at this life because family they don't push we away because of this push. Some of we na man them put we inside, then pull we later they left we back. Frustration, although some of we na stress, frustration put we by them till they like ease me stress back. Let me stress go. But all that's not so fine thing because easy stress, they one side, you know, able do nothing. You get your money, you know, able keep me like me so how they talk. Most of some people when they sabi me, they don't ever sabi me this kind of way. They sabi me say me na serious person. But now push don't make I don't go bien, I don't go backward. Also so me condition me, then now me condition all of all because of push. You know, me daddy be when I me daddy know they encourage me. Fast way people and they talk to her for like I able dey so I go able change. So God made this program able come, me daddy able say come. Sometimes God will put something that you ask, they go able change. God will must make you live and let them pull this thing at this country. Because if you come on at this country, you go free in a life. You go free because when you not see side for go buy, I like it stress for smoke and say, you know they smoke because you not get some for smoker. So they will beg the government, let pull them out of this country, let we life them normal back again. And then they will pray for they beg them.
Right, so like from yesterday to today, what you know before take you get any reaction for you?
Yes, okay, fine. Because why are okay? When you take her, you didn't have. I know you able to map like how to map so self they talk to you. Because if I take her my body all in have, you know, I dey get out weak. I'm not able to talk like how they talk self. I they see funny, always see they talk, I go see you like you know so serious sports way they talk to me. So I say, well, thank you. I not take her right now. Normal, I they able to talk to you and they able understand you.
All right, ending that interview with me are some attendees of the ongoing 5-day campaign organized by Love of Christ Foundation. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the program today, 90 minutes live on HandsofHope Radio, 100.5 FM in Freetown. Like I informed you earlier on that in today's edition of the program, we are discussing the topic Unlocking University Experience, Spotlight on FBC, Health Course in Computer Literacy, and European Essentials at the University of Sierra Leone. With us in the studio, we have James Levy, the Director of Public Relations at the University of Sierra Leone, is there to discuss the preparations for the opening of the university, covering applications, fees, accommodation, transportation, and more. Good morning and welcome to the program once again.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. All right, so please provide an overview of the University of Sierra Leone's plans for the upcoming academic year, especially regarding the new developments or initiative.
Okay, so let me start by briefly explaining the structure of the University of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So, it's a public university with the university secretariat located at Tower Hill, where the IPAM campus is. So there are three constituent colleges and another unit. So you have the oldest college, which is from the college, and then it's focused on the humanities, engineering, and core sciences. And then you have IPAM, the Institute of Public Administration and Management. It's the business school of the university. It's focusing on business and entrepreneurship. And then you have the medical school, which is Commerce, the College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences. And then we have the e-learning center, e-learning, and I'll explain why we have a center. And then we have the School of Postgraduate. The School of Postgraduate Studies is situated at the College campus at the University House. So that's the structure of the University of Sierra Leone. So the information is that we are open. We are really opening on Saturday, which is the 28th of this month. We are behind schedule by like 2 weeks. That said, we are moving on. You know, when the application system started for some time, it ran between August and September, and then we closed the portal, and then you have people who apply everything, and then eventually after some delays, WAEC released their results. So because WAEC released that result lately, the university had no option but to reopen the portal system. And that's what's partly responsible for our being behind schedule. That said, we are opening on Saturday. The different colleges are processing the applications. Verification of results are ongoing now. Some faculties will conduct interviews after shortlisting. Some faculties will not conduct interviews. The names of those that are fortunate to enter that faculty will be published, and that's the end. In the unique case of the Faculty of Communications, formerly known as MassCom, it's now a full-fledged faculty of media, uh, communication, and information studies. They have a unique entry requirement. In addition to your WAS, you have to take a special English exams, where applicants have already written that exams. We are waiting the results to be published. As I talk to you now, verification of the results are ongoing. And then those who pass the exams will be invited for an interview. So hopefully these will be completed by early next week. But when college opens, what happens is that we have what we call the orientation of freshmen into their respective campuses. So that will be the first activity, and then after that, lectures will resume.
You made mention of the e-learning plans. Where is it located? What
So
is the
the e-learning center is located at 4th Street. Now, the e-learning center was established within the framework of what we call, quote unquote, the re-engineering of the university. When the current vice chancellor and principal took up office, that's Brigadier General Professor Fodisa, he introduced a project called the re-engineering of the university. Among other things, this calls for revamping the entire system, academic as well as administrative, doing a comprehensive curriculum review, looking at courses that are obsolete and not in line with the job market, get rid of them, introducing new courses, expanding the faculties and bringing in new courses, and then establishing additional, if you like, directorates. First, for example, as part of the re-engineering process, we have the establishment of the Directorate of Strategic Planning and Quality Assurance, because we want quality to underpin our service delivery. And similarly, in the same vein, the e-learning center was established. Now, the rationale for establishing the e-learning center is this. Across the years, or over the years, the number of people that are getting the requirements to enter university is increasing dramatically. And the structures are not available to accommodate them. So in the near future, in addition to the traditional setting of university delivery system, in other words, going to class and sit and take lectures, we'll be having an e-learning setting. E-learning setting simply means you can be anywhere from any location as long as you are connected. You can take your lectures and be part of the university system and be assessed and then get promoted and eventually graduate. So that's the thinking of the university right now.
So in terms of fees, are there any new developments? Because the last time there was a workshop held at ENGO, the Minister of Higher Education, civil society organizations, and there was an issue of increments in fees. Are there any new developments with regards to fees?
So yes, a couple of weeks ago, there was a tripartite meeting where uh, the public universities, and I mean universities that are publicly funded, and then you have the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, which is the line ministry, and other stakeholders, including but not limited to the Tertiary Education Commission. So they converged, held discussions, and it's basically about funding for public universities and doing an overview of an assessment of the challenges they face. So the proposal of the public university, but especially that of the University of Sierra Leone, is to charge realistic fees. In our judgment, the fees are not realistic. they are not realistic in the sense that over the past months, over the past year, and especially in the last 6 months, we've seen the exchange rates, how it's been. According to statistics here, there's been an inflation in the economy. So when you put all that together, and you against the backdrop of the overheads simply means the running cost of the university, taking into consideration payment of salaries, um, um, stationery, furniture, communication, fuel, put all together. It's the everyday expenditure for the running the university. That's what they call the overhead. The overhead of the university has gone up dramatically, and the income of the university is shrinking considerably. So there's a mismatch between income and expenditure. And because we're a university, we have to run it along the lines of entrepreneurship. It's business. If it is not profit making, it should be sustainable. But the fees at the moment are not realistic. So we had a proposal put forward to the line ministry, which we are waiting for the green light. Basically, I cannot speak in terms of exactly what the increment will be, but we have to manage expectations. There will be an increment in fees.
Someone listening to you may want to say the present fee, it's even difficult for students to pay. Some students will go a year without paying fees, and then now we're expecting an increment. Won't this be a disadvantage to some people who can't afford?
We understand, but also look at the other side of the argument. University education is not cheap. At the moment, public universities in Sierra Leone are the cheapest in the whole of world. It's between 250 and $350 per year. There's nowhere in the world where you can pay $250 for a university fee. You could just imagine. Our suppliers are increasing fees, they're increasing their costs of their products, their services dramatically, astronomically. And when you ask them, they tell you it's the exchange rate. It's so we understand the economic situation. But on the other hand, one, as a university, we have to survive, we have to exist. But two, we are also under pressure from the same society, the same community to drive our products, our services with quality. And if you want to do that, it means you have to motivate your workers. It means you have to create additional space for students. It means there has to be a match between enrollment numbers and the number of lecturers. So it means we need additional staff. And bringing on board additional staff means additional money. And also don't forget that we have about or over half of the student population on serial immigrating aid, SNG. Monies for those serial immigrating aids are not coming. They are not coming at all. Those that are self-sponsored are reluctant to pay fees. They have to wait until final year when they have no option, because if you don't pay your fees, you're not going to pay. And then they will do it. By that time, the value of the fees, the money has declined. So the university is in a very tight place. Very tight place. It needs money to drive its programs, and not just to drive its programs, but to drive quality teachers. And to do that, we need money. So that's just the situation.
Thanks a lot.
And the bottom line is what students are paying as a fee is not realistic.
Okay.
It's not.
So, there are other charges. Do you plan on waiving out these other charges? Because we have departmental fee, we have other charges. If we are going to have an increment in fee, do you have in waiving out other charges? Because that was one of the things that society people brought up
So,
during the meeting.
so let me put it this way. There's a composite fee,
Okay.
and the composite fee is divided into two. There's tuition, and there are other charges. What you are referencing as departmental charges is not part of the university fee. That is part of the departmental arrangement. The fees that are going to the university are in two folds. One that is tuition, and like I said, we have the cheapest tuition fee in the whole world. The second are activity-based charges. So, for example, you pay for ICT, you pay for ID card, you pay for sports, you pay for student union. These are other charges. These are not negotiable because these are services that are rendered. They are based on activities, and the cost of running those activities keeps soaring. So there will be an increment across the board for both tuition and for other charges because the cost of running those services has also gone up.
Alright, continue to stay with us in the studio while our listeners and viewers want to relax and go for short break. Don't move away from your radio set or from your Facebook page or our YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
We done the cry for so long. Papa do ya we cry for so long. Papa do ya we done the pray so today. The time don't come for make you answer.
When Papa God planned salvation for mortal man, He sent Him boy picking Jesus for die for all man. In this, we see the love of Christ in manifestation. But for how long? We go continue for live better life and forget but then young man and woman where they smoke kush and die all about. Them bigger man and other disable them where they suffer and treat. For this purpose, God has chosen the Love of Christ Foundation with a vision of hope, a mission to share the love of the Lord of hosts. Love of Christ Foundation, they hold 5 days camping with persons living with disability and other youth them all about freedom on the theme, My Community, My Responsibility. Kush, not to chop for it. This camping will take place na the Salon Correctional Training School within Waterloo from October 23 so till October 27, 2023 from 9 o'clock na morning so till 9 o'clock na night every day. And this camping na for all disabled, youth them and self them one way they take kush and smoke all kind drugs as God don ready for show soriat and give them better life. So if you self want for show soriat to waiting Papa God they do, you will call on their number here +232 79 037 323 or +232 3036 3957. Email them on loveofchrist20@gmail.com. The CEO, na Brother Abubakar Kamara, aka the Pa in Peking. So be part of this 5 days camping.
In 90 minutes live on HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM. Well, joining us in the studio is Nicholas A. Kamara, a lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone's IPAM, an entrepreneurship and innovation expert, and a mentor in business development and marketing. He'll be discussing the FPC short course in computer literacy. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, madam, and good morning to the listeners of Hands of what's it?
Hands of Hope Radio.
Radio station. Yes.
All right. Okay. We'll start the program. We'll start the discussion with Nicholas A. Kamara. So, listeners out there may want to know. Just provide us an introduction to the FBC short course in computer literacy and its significance for students and university.
All right. It's a new idea. It's a new philosophy that we are pushing on. It's a new concept as the world is moving on from theory, philosophies to that of impactation. FBC has been enjoying a long existence of academic excellence, but I think they have been lagged behind in terms of reaching out into the digital stage. And Sierra Leone is also being forced and influenced to catch up with the global trend, wherein a graduate without having prerequisite skills on computer and ICT skills might leave you with no options but not getting a decent job or quality job of your choice. And after we have engaged so many community stakeholders, including the students themselves, former graduates and would be graduates, realize that there has been a problem. And this problem is becoming a serious issue if not being handled now. Might cause so much menace and so much stress for our young people who have the opportunity to get the theory from the classroom of 4 years in various fields at Fubi College, humanities, the pure and applied sciences, the engineers, the lawyers, but without getting the global niche, which is the ICT skills. So they engaged some of us, a core section of us from IPAM, and I was fortunate to be part of the team of this innovation of bringing life into the campus of Atofo because in terms of ICT, there's already been life. Full College is known for academic excellence, but what we have been hired for is to inject that entrepreneurial spirit and that innovation spirit in terms of ICT and digital economy. So we have been engaging for almost 3 months to find out how can we start, how do we go about that, how we cannot miss the whole thing. Because sometimes when you tell somebody that after getting your first degree, then that person is not qualified because of just one skill and it's not useful or something. Because there are still people who argue that yes, the five common senses are almost, constant, nothing can change that. But research are proving that, the last one, which is the ICT skills, are becoming the most prominent one to overcome all of those common senses. So, looking at all of this background, that the former graduates from Fobe College and the present generation have not been getting what they really, really want in terms of that ICT skills training and exploring the internet in terms of reaching out to global demand. So we engage of starting from the low key, which is introducing computer training programming or courses to look at operating management systems and office packages as it's happening in other colleges or other universities all over the world. As when student wants to graduate, they're going to be what they call a send-off or a gateway employability package. Because we are at one of the talk show yesterday. So for me to be more grounded, I was browsing through some Ghanaian universities and Nigerian universities. I think they have similar programs. Even though they were doing a module called ICT or computer-based learning, there's almost some of them they have like a 2 month program, some have 3 months, some have like a month program that's we are pushing to have what they call electronic key to the world. So prepare you not only in learning computer skills or ICT, but also giving you like a mentorship in communication skills, something that we're going to look into. Okay. But what we are here for is to sell out this new idea of bringing an offer to the Fogo College new graduating students to accept and come for a new deal, which the DVC, the Deputy Registrar, and a core team from the Fogo College thought of fulfilling their dreams, adding value to their degree. But what they have is like a paper or certificate of part of their degrees. What we are bringing in is to add more core competencies into making that degree become a flourishing one, a very competitive one, to reach out to the world and also aid you for self-confidence and giving you an opportunity to explore the world with privacy.
Right, Nicholas. The computer course is good, but if you go to Fabi College, it was there as a module, and you hear some students complaining, okay, we have this computer course that computer as a module, but we don't see computer, we don't touch computer. How different is this going to be?
Right, that's right. What was happening there was a modular system. This was just an hands-on program. We are in, the program will be starting on the 6th of November. That day will be assigned to a desktop, or maybe some of them will be assigned to a laptop, depending on the kind of classroom you're going to be giving. Then you see the reality. It's not a theory base. It's not a pure class. I mean that traditional thing of out of classroom where A plus A equals to this, one plus one. No. This is look at your programming, look at your Microsoft Word, look at your publisher, they take you through, and the lecture will be going to be going through at a triangular basis.
Okay.
We have the oral, which is the intro. We have the pre-recording, that we're going to be looking at videos and episodes or seasons. So that after you have spent 1 hour or maybe 1 hour 15 minutes in class, they will be sharing those short videos or pre-recorded videos related to the topics or the thing they have been practicing that very day. So it's not like an academic base. It's an hands-on practical knowledge.
So,
You see, you touch, you ask questions, then you practice.
okay, we're not going to have or see a situation wherein students, 2 or 3 students will be assigned to a computer or the lab.
That's not our project. Add value is to bring novelty into the life of graduating students at Fubi College. Wherein we are even assuming that that's a startup of their job. So when you go there, they will assign to you one desktop per session because the program will be going to be like based on series of out of classes. As we have already set a schedule for the A shift, which is the morning shift. We have the B shift, which is the afternoon shift. If we have the C shift, we're going to be like the evening. Because somebody brought in an idea that we have this graduate students for the law faculty. Some of them have started doing their intern. We have students who have already in internship from the Faculty of Engineering. For most of them, they are striking or striving to see that they can get employment after graduation. They have already been engaged in doing volunteerism. So let's not leave them out. So now we have an evening shift. That's again something that we compete for IPAM as the experience of the core values of IPAM that made them to be a leading market leader in terms of academic positioning. So we have those 3 segments. So every student will be assigned to a desktop and a tutor based on what the number of students in that class. And the classroom is not going to be a big class. For instance, the biggest lab that we have assessed by discussion cannot take more than 50 students. And that 50 students is, more everyone will be in his own decks and a chair. And also, like I said, going to be like triangular approach. We have the video side, we have the hard copies because somebody also recommend that even though it will be done on that on a software basis, but people can have like a master copy for some who are more traditional to have an answer on unless they read through paper before they understand. So our aim is to like lecturing you on an electronic basis, send you a soft copy notes, then we use that videos and also use YouTube links. So like for instance, when we're going to do how can you type 1,000 words within 10 minutes? Or how can you type 50,000 words in less than an hour? So those are pre-recorded videos that will be sharing to them, techniques, styles, and mindset of those that will be using those kind of packages. So the environment is there, the equipment is ready, they have been standing there, somebody have not been utilizing them. So we want to unlock those opportunities of selling that to graduate students of Fope College. So the issue of saying they'll be clustered now, what we have identified, and no matter my eyes have seen, it's like they have 3 labs already. The other one is what is being upgraded, and before the start of the program on the 6th of November, it will be fully furnished and set with the quality looks and the decent learning environment. Okay, for instance, at the math department, they have a full set computer lab that doesn't depend on EDSA because we know what EDSA can do. It's a full lab loaded with computers, with operating systems, internet, and a solar panel. Which I'm sure so I know you say lights on it today, or there is no ground cover, there is a breakdown. No, by His grace. This program is going to be like an effective and efficient one to meet at global standards.
Okay, class, continue to stay with us in the studio. Okay, let's move on to Sambalevi.
Yes.
So, what has been how has the university been working in order to improve the quality of education and facilities on these campuses?
So I started with the challenges we face as a university, how unrealistic the fees are, because fees are the primary source of income for the university. That notwithstanding, we are still proud of our services. So, for example, IPAM, the procurement program of IPAM has just bagged an international recognition, the CIPS, that is the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply. That's a big deal to be recognized by internationally. It means your programs reach the threshold of international standards. It means you are being recognized. So, regardless of the challenges, regardless of the absence of resources, we are still doing our best. So, in this year alone, the University of Sierra Leone ranked very high, the 23rd out of 100 in sub-Saharan Africa. That's huge. Yeah. So, and to reach that ranking, it means you are holistically ranked in terms of your academic programs, your outreach. It means the university is doing well in the current circumstance. That is why we are saying that we need to increase fees because we need to underpin our service delivery with quality, and quality means money. We should be able to sacrifice. We know times are hard, we know the economic system, but university education is just not cheap. We need money to sustain those quality services. Yeah. At the level of commerce, I just mentioned IPAM at the level of commerce as part of the re-engineering system. Uh, like I explained, new faculties and new departments and programs have been introduced. So for the first time, Sierra Leone has established, we are going to have the Department of Dentistry. We don't have local dentists to run that department. So what the university has done is to, one, enter into an MOU with Mastership. Mastership, it's internationally known for providing medical services. And two, Mastership has facilitated a relationship between the University of Sierra Leone and Mel Abdel University in Conakry. Now, some will say, why Conakry? Now, Camel's flagship academic program is dentistry. And when we went there to look at what they have, the university administration was pretty much convinced that they have what it takes to train first-class dentists in this region. And so the first batch of medical students have left to go to start a 6-year training. 6-year training, 1 year in French, 4 years classroom work, 1 year clinical work, and then they will come back. And that is a start of a relationship. So other students will be also going to benefit. So which means graduates from that program will come and populate the dentistry department and by extension serve mankind in the wider community of Sierra Leone. Secondly, Comas is also has established a relationship between the Broad Institute. The Broad Institute comprises the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and then you have Harvard University. These two institutions, these are world-class institutions. They are currently collaborating with the administration of IPAM, and they are training 26 postgraduate program students in MPhil and PhD in medical sciences to serve the country. And as I speak to you now, Comas is collaborating with international partners and working on malaria vaccine. Comas was instrumental in creating the vaccine for COVID. So these are inroads we are making as university, and these are all counted in terms of our ranking. So despite the challenges we face, University of Sierra Leone is still the premier university.
All right. When they increase your salary, they expect more work from you. They expect more quality. So in terms of infrastructure,
So can we put it the other way? When they increase your workload,
okay,
you expect more money when the workload is
yes,
increased.
okay.
And
Now,
workload of academics and administrators keep going up. Because not least because the number of people that are entering the university far outstrip the number of lecturers that are available.
okay, so now we are expecting an increment in fees. So how has the university plan, or how do the university plan to improve infrastructures, to improve facilities in
So
these different campuses?
So this is part of the argument why we want to increase fees and why we need additional funding. Now, monies that are accrued for fees, like I said, over half of students are on SLG, and the monies for those SLGs are not coming. We are owed billions of leons in terms of fees, And because those monies are not coming, the university is barely managing to meet its overhead expenditure. Therefore, money is not available to expand for development projects. The more money we have, the more money we'll be able to create facilities. And part of those facilities that are badly needed are classrooms.
Okay.
We are constrained by space, but we cannot expand infrastructurally when we don't have the money. And that supports the argument that we need to increase fees. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are working on that. We know it's a challenge. We cannot shy from that reality. But then, just like that local artist in Nigeria says, "Na money 9 day."
Okay. Stop nonsense.
Stop nonsense. We need money.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
James Tuma, let me continue to stay with us in the studio and we'll go and take one of our headline stories. In a pivotal national address on Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, Sierra Leone's President Julius Maada Bio commended the successful conclusion of a peace dialogue between the government and the All People's Congress Party, APC. Acknowledging the leadership of both the APC and the ruling SLPP, President Bio praised their commitment to the nation's interest during the three-day dialogue. The resolutions each aimed to promote inclusive governance and collaboration between the government and the main opposition party. The president emphasized the significance of upholding the rule of law and the strengthening of democracy through electoral system reviews, calling for unity and reconciliation among Sierra Leoneans for a brighter future. He reminded citizens of their vital role as stakeholders in the nation's progress and prosperity. Let's hear more of his statements.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, between the 16th and 18th of October 2023, the leadership of the All People's Congress and the government of Sierra Leone met and spoke to one another from the heart on what we must all do to move forward after the 2023 multi-tier elections, particularly institutionalize political dialogue and promote inclusive governance. We have once again shown that we may have different socio-political convictions, but our allegiance to our country's development prospects outweighs our personal persuasions. In the dialogue facilitated by ECOWAS, the African Union, and the Commonwealth, the leadership of the APC presented its concerns about the 2023 elections, but also expressed a strong willingness to join the government of Sierra Leone to resolve all differences. The dialogue was held under the auspices of our independent commission, Peace and National Cohesion. Peace Commission is a testament of why we must always seek to build state institutions, strengthen our democracy. This dialogue clearly demonstrates our collective will to put our differences behind us and move forward in the interest of our beloved country. I've been fully briefed on the details of the negotiated settlement reached by both parties. The provisions in this mediated dialogue agreement, we receive the highest consideration from my government. The government will work with the main opposition party and all other political parties to ensure that it is fully implemented while at the same time respecting and upholding the rule of law that is vital for a young democracy. Reviewing our electoral system is critical to strengthening our democracy. It is in that spirit I proposed the establishment of a national election system review as a first step to improve the electioneering process in Sierra Leone. I therefore take good note of the proposed tripartite leadership to lead the review. As we move forward, I urge all Sierra Leoneans to embrace the spirit of unity and reconciliation. Let us unite, set aside our differences, and work towards a brighter future for our beloved nation. As I stated during my address to the Sixth Parliament of the Second Republic, engagement and compromise are the indispensable hallmarks of governance. To that end, I urge the opposition to demonstrate leadership and entire conscience, speak out frankly, to their supporters. We must embrace each other and ensure peace and stability in Sierra Leone. We wholeheartedly welcome our brothers and sisters back to full participation in the various elective institutions. We must all join in pursuing my government's 5 critical national development priorities, especially Feed Salone. I look forward to further engagements with the APC leadership within and beyond the proposed inter-party framework. We should and must all come together to pursue the broader national, including strengthening our governance systems and social programs. This dialogue transcends political divides. It is about our country, our people, and we must continue to work hard to promote the values of inclusiveness and unity. My government will work tirelessly to address the concerns and aspirations of our citizens. We will focus on fostering economic growth, improving education, healthcare, agriculture, productivity, and infrastructure, and ensuring that all Sierra Leoneans feel the benefit of our development efforts. Let us not forget the lessons we have learned during this challenging period. Let us remember that the strength of our democracy lies in the hands of every citizen. It is our collective responsibility to safeguard our democratic values and further strengthen national cohesion. It is time to focus our energies, ideas, and collective will towards national agenda that delivers food security, provides jobs for our youth, empowers our women as our nation into a middle income economy. We do not wish for a country without disagreements. Far from it, because our differences make us stronger. But they should never overshadow the unity that binds us as a people. Sierra Leone continues to take leadership in the sub-region and now in the United Nations Security Council. It is time to rally behind your president, government, and country to make Sierra Leone proud and prosperous. Long live the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless you all.
Right, and welcome back. Don't forget, this is the program Today 90 Minutes live on HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM, and we are broadcasting live from our studios at 28 Battery Street, Kington in Freetown. You can also get us live on our Facebook page, HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM, the Umandem Radio, and on our YouTube channel, HandsofHope Radio. And don't forget, we still have with us in the studio as studio guests. We have with us Nicholas A. Camara, a lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone's IPAM, an entrepreneurship and innovation expert and a mentor in business development and marketing, and also James Tambalebi, the Director of Public Relations at the University of Sierra Leone. And James is here and is discussing the preparation for the opening of the university, and Nicholas is talking on FBC short course in computer literacy. Over to you, Nicholas. You made mention that we are not going to see students clustering to one laptop or a desktop. So, do we have enough equipment, enough gadgets for this particular course?
Yes, like I said, it's a project that we are championing. The lab that we have examined, then they have already been set, like the maths faculty. They have their lab, which is about 40 computers being set and ready. They have been there. They have been upgraded with all operating systems that we're going to be running there. For instance, each of those desktop have been installed with that Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Windows, and Internet Explorer. And also, we're going to have an opportunity to be having some of the lab we're having at an online internet browsing facilities with the wireless. So the equipment are set, they're ready, they've been tested, ready to go. And the only thing we are asking for now, so that the student can see this niche as an opportunity to embrace that. Then don't worry, it's not like the status school, wherein they will say A, and when you will go see, and we go and see B. This is a innovation program, a champion, I mean, something that we are trying to champion to reach at the global requirement. For instance, when my elder brother was talking about the achievement of IPAM to reach into the SIPS or to reach one of the global supply chain management tutorial authority, and also offering certificate that when you get that one in London or you get it all over the world, you are fit to go in terms of procurement and supply chain. Those students that have already been getting that opportunity at IPAM may also need an ICT skills. So faculty should not be left out. I'm sure there are faculties that are coming up, the Faculty of Arts and Faculty of Arts of Accounting and Economics. They are striving to meet all of those international accreditations.
Okay.
You understand? So if we keep on backing students who doesn't have a prerequisite knowledge on ICT and computer training packages, that is of advantage to be practicing or meeting the requirement of getting not only going for international competition, even for self-confidence, privacy.
Okay.
You know, this whole thing veers up again when we have a meeting that we realize colleagues telling us that we have students who are giving out their dissertation. They write on an 80 pages or maybe in another A4 papers. They go to cafes and give to cafe owners who are not even ready to type their dissertation because this guy they do not have a computer background. So you can see that kind of comedy wherein somebody who is a qualifying student coming out of the university after spending 4 years, some have spent like 5 years, they cannot type and produce a paper. Taking his or her dissertation work to somebody who have not even passed us to do the typing and the out and produce that dissertation. So all that leads to the poor dissertation writer. We're in this world of age, we are in 60% to 70% of all what you needed in terms of academic research. It's on the internet, it's on Google, it's on various sorts of online libraries. How can a graduate student explore those opportunities when his or her computer skills are talented? So the program is of an immense importance to fill in that gap, that stress, that depression. Because you know, when you interact with those physical guys, Papa, we don't be chief computer. How would you go learn? And so they went after they have graduated with that certificate of either BSc in what in LLB or BSc in peace and conflict, they find it very difficult to mingle out with those computer training schools downtown. So what we draw that line that yes, even though you have spent 4 years, you have not been opportune to know what is a mouse, how to operate a computer, how to do a page layout, how to do your Excel, or even to run your basic analysis or doing a basic word sheet to produce a report as a graduate.
Okay.
We want to attract them, we want to set that pace. That's why the program is focusing on operating office packages, not as usual computer training where you just go and show you hardware. No, no. That's a real operating manual, like a real office packages that they will prepare you for the for like a turnkey project to go to the wall and fix problems as an administrator, or those that are studying at engineering, how they can link their concept from engineering to that one producing a bill of quantity. Those in peace and conflict, how can you write a resolution on paper in terms of resolving a family conflict? Those in the arts, how can you develop a whole report? Because, like I said,
So this is how different it is from other computer studies institutions.
yeah,
Because
that's the plan. That's why the program is 3 weeks on with the hands-on computer. They will be having guest lecturers that will be coming to do like a polishing of all what they're supposed to be knowing on that, preparing them for the world. This is an extra kickbacks, an extra bonanza, just to make it different. And the good news also for the graduate student of Fulbright College, the program will be benefiting them with better certificates. We'll be giving them a qualified certificate that will be signed by the deputy registrar and other key stakeholders from the University of Sterling at Fulbright College. So it's like something like, to me, what we have seen as a committee, the benefits outweigh what they will be, they will be paying back to the university. Because we saw that and we see all of these that we don't want to leave our graduates in that kind of old orthodox thing. That after graduation we don't care. The world is going down, then they are selling out your product.
Okay.
You as a producer must be key and also conscious about what your product is creating, what impact is your product creating into the world. These are all some of the findings that we thought of, and they hire some of us to come and fix that problem at public college.
All right, so are there any specific requirements for a student to be qualified for this computer course?
No, this one, the only requirement, like we say, is a project. It's a new product that we want to sell. So we have a target market, which is a market niche, which are the graduating students for the 2023. And yesterday I've learned that the graduation will be December or something closer around that. We have not confirmed that one, but I'm sure it's going to be December, all goes well. So those students that are preparing, some of them that are still writing their dissertation, some of them that are still editing their proposed for their project. So those are the people we are really targeting. We're not targeting the continuing students or those that are yearning to go into the university because we are not, that's not the project focus. Our focus is those students who have been into us for 4 years, or some of them like the engineering students honors, they have been there like for 5 years, but I'm getting opportunities to go through this intensive computer training. Let me not forget, it's a proficiency course. In academia, we say proficiency course, it's more of an hands-on, it's a practical knowledge. That we're going to be running from Monday to Friday. We wanted to include Saturday. We want to do like, we mix the concept between the Chinese theory and the African way, but some of the committee members advise that let's have some breaks, so we're gonna run the program in the 5 intensive days for 3 weeks. And like I said, because it's a new baby boy, it's a new thing, we might anticipate like having an extra 1 week to do certifications and other documentations and calling guest lecturers to ready the mindset of the graduate students. Something new. That's something we are thinking about.
Right.
But part of the project will be more details as and when we're gonna be running out. The registration is ongoing. It's ongoing. It has been started for like 3 or 4 weeks now. We have got some basic number of students that we can start. This one we are not waiting because we know Sierra Leoneans or most African students want to say we want to wait for the first batch. We want to see by waiting to come first. No, this one we are not waiting because we that have been called upon, and we are part of the management committee of this short course. We are activating it to bring it to life. We are all, practitioners and want to be experts in our various areas in terms of computing. The person that be taking the lead or the drive to this ICT training and computer soft skills is one Mr. Desmond, who have a basic, he has a long experience in international tutorials in terms of at Cisco. They started the Cisco networking at IPAM and Sierra Leone. We have some lecturers that have been lecturing computer and computer programming
Okay.
in soft skills for the past 10 years, who are various occupied graduate with experiences that we can fill in that gap. And we also have a team of young, talented lecturers who will be there not to do as the traditional classroom to give notes, no. This one is more oral, practical, hands-on, and turnkey.
All right.
To meet the demands of the students and to meet the demands of the industry.
All right, Nicholas, continue to stay with us. Quickly over to James Levy. Let's look at accommodation. Briefly take us through the on-campus and also if you have off-campus accommodation options available for students and how affordable are these?
Yeah, interesting question. Accommodation as in classroom accommodation or as in living accommodation?
Living, like look at the living accommodation.
So what has happened over the couple of years is that Frobe College, which has a hostel, and then Comas also has a limited hostel facility. IPAM for now don't have that facility. But I'm inclined to believe that in the next 2 to 3 years, IPAM will be a different ballgame. And I don't want to go into specifics. We keep it under wraps until we unfold that information. So Frobe College has outsourced the running of its hostels to private agencies or to a private agency. So that is no longer in the hands of the administration. That said, we are aware that because of the increasing number of enrollments, hostel is also few and far between. So there is a shortage, an acute shortage. The number of people who want to live on the hostels far outstrip the available rooms. So that's a reality. We can't shy away from it. But there are talks underway. Sometime last year or so, the NASIT, the National Insurance Trust, Social Security and Insurance Trust, we are toying with the idea of building hostels.
Okay.
I will follow up with the public relations director of NASIT to see how far that has gone. But in the reality of now, the facilities that are available are not enough to accommodate even half of the students. So it will be on the first come, first basis.
All right. So since it's been privatized, is it affordable?
Is it affordable? Is a relative term. It's a relative term. Those that are running it will say it's affordable. Maybe those students who want to go there, so it's not affordable. But what I can say, it's affordable because the number of people who wants to live in the rooms uh, uh, can't have it. If they cannot afford it, it simply means they will not go for it. But because they are going for it in numbers, it means they are affordable. Because last year it was around 750,000 rings
For the whole
per semester.
per semester.
Yeah, excluding electricity.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but it's they have to maintain the facility. They
So
have
the
to.
university monitors these hostels.
I would say it plays an oversight role.
Okay.
Yeah, the facilities belong to the university, but it's outsourced to a private entity, which to me is the way to go because there have been some challenges when the university itself were running the hostel. So it's it's it falls within the paradigm of PPP. I'm not going to somebody's territory here. It's a public-private partnership, So and there are some efficiencies in doing that.
So in terms of transportation, have there been any improvements?
So transportation is another serious challenge in terms of commerce, because it is centrally located. Students relatively find it easier to go there. Commerce has a limited number of transportation. The challenge is not as acute as Frobe College. Frobe College is the problem. The last year, for the whole of last year, we only had one student union bus.
Mhm.
The administration was working on procuring two buses. They have done one, and that will be unveiled when college reopened. And the process is underway to get a second bus. Uh, Even with that, there will still be challenges, but it will go a long way in reducing or ameliorating the sufferings. So that's the situation as I speak.
All right, continue to stay with us. We quickly want to go and take some of our text messages in the program. Let me start from our Facebook page. Trouble Star Sierra Leone says, Sierra Leone, we always have beautiful plans, but implementation is the problem. Hope this will not be the same old story. I think this one is for the computer course, I believe. And environmental journalist says a speech like this will help to foster unity. Okay. And so our SMS line, this one is saying, Samba, you mentioned plans to increase fees for the university. Can you elaborate on how the fee increase will directly benefit students and faculty? Another person here says, sorry at Ninglaville. Could you provide more details on the achievements that have given the University of Sierra Leone international recognition? And this other person here says, I am Marian from Town. Nicholas, I'm interested in the computer literacy course. How will it help students prepare for the digital world markets? And this other person here says, where you go Nigeria, we get Boku calls them reggae for do it, drama and other thing them. But Sierra Leone, just the few old courses. So how the University of Sierra Leone plan for bring more courses there, who somebody can go, even if you not get 5 credits. This will come out from the professor. Okay, no address. Another person here says, you mentioned improving the livelihood of lecturers. How will this positively impact the quality of education at the university? Jane from Kington. And this other person here says, what skills or knowledge can students expect to gain from the computer course that will make them more competitive in the workforce? This from Lamin at Waterloo State. Another text here say, are there any prerequisites for students to enroll to the computer literacy course, or is it open to all students? And this other one says, how do you see the course benefiting students who are pursuing entrepreneurship and innovation, as Tamba also mentioned? This one is from Abdul Kaikai. Okay, and this other text here also says, are there any scholarship or financial aid options for students who may find it challenging to afford the increased fees, Mr. Levy? This one say, are there any scholarship or financial aid options for students who may find it challenging to afford the increased fees? All right, and this other person here says, how do you plan to strike balance between improving facilities and the affordability of education for students? All right, this is for me, and last I at Razak. All right, so I will stop here for you to respond to few these text messages. We'll have more time, and I'll read the remaining text messages.
All right, let me go. You know, most often in Africa, that's why we don't move forward. People, we make judgment based on the old past, or maybe based on past experiences. We should stop that. You know, as we are seeing, other nations are moving, other universities are striving to reach global requirements. Sierra Leone is not, we should not, and we must not left behind. That's why some of them, they approach us, even though we have our busy schedules, and we realize that we are still at our prime lecturing, we come to the spot and see that we have the skills and we have the experience over 10 years in running business that are related to this computing and computer literacy to offer ourselves. So that's possible to say most times you have very beautiful papers, big concept, but cannot be realized based on implementation. This one is a different game. It's a different project. I want to assure that person that the committee is full of practitioners, because some of us we are still practicing, we have not been qualified as experts internationally, but we have passion for making a change in terms of innovation, ICT, global economy, and looking at the digital economic drives. For instance, Vision is being known for online internet cafe, and we are doing some basic computing and ERP provisions for SMEs. So that passion with my team, we are also going to pass that one to you guys that are coming for that computer training programs. And we are already trying to establish like a working paper that some of the my training guys or some of my tutors will be also giving a free bonanza towards the facilitation part of this ICT program so that we can get a balance from the lecturers who are doing the practical thing and that of somebody who's doing it daily. So we're doing like an hands-on real and maybe post-class discussions because like I said, the training gonna be like an hour or maybe 15 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes by every sessions. But if somebody have more interest, we will be trying to see how can we have a post-class discussion to meet the speed. So that person must think positive and also strive towards thinking good things for Sierra Leone. We must not leave behind and we are ready to meet you the global standards. So come there and see a witness. That's why we are saying in the introduction of the program, the first best 10 students who will also use as our product to be part of this committee so that we're going to set a sustainability. They're going to be telling us what they learned and what they thought we should have been improved and added into the initial project. What are we selling? And what students will be benefiting from a college students? Will be guided to students. What are we selling as a project coordinator for ICT and short courses for Fubu College? We are selling at start ICT, which is information and communication technology skills. That's the key that is driving all industrial relationship and all economic trend, and even the world is moving towards a digital economy. where in everything you're doing in this world, you have to link that with ICT as a digital economic stage. So one of the benefits you're gonna have to have like an hands-on operating packages in MS Word packages. For instance, you're gonna have like access. We're gonna be training people on PowerPoint. We're gonna be training people on Publisher. We're gonna be training people on Internet Explorer plus extra tutorials to make it fit. That's why they're going to be gaining. Like I said, this is not a paperwork. This is not theory. We are there to do a real, practical, and hands-on operations. The day you go to Fubi College, the day you finish your registration, that's the day you're going to see yourself operating your computer. And another question says, what will be the benefit to the students? Like I said, the world has moved. It's only us here in Africa, we are still striving to move. But we are going to force students and we are going to influence them by using flyers. That's why we are using Medium. The flyers have been out for almost 3 weeks. We have been printed banners and we have been doing one-on-one marketing. Now we are using the radio and television to awaken the mindset of graduates. Let them stop seeing Fubi College as that old folks. We are no more on the orthodox drive now. We are moving and bringing a spirit of art, industrialization and entrepreneurial mindset with an innovative skills. So how we think will benefit is to like getting you, bringing you to the world through the gateway of the internet. Because the internet is serving as the gateway to the world. Because whatever you are doing here in this small room, millions of people are viewing us. Before you cannot. Who is responsible? There are certain skills that somebody is working on. So it's again, we're going to be exposing our students in all of those facilities as projects are going to be unfolding. But at now, we are going to launch and introduce MSc program or MS Word programs and MS Publisher PowerPoint at a start. That's and when the project is going to be unfolding by looking at their participation and their willingness. Because sometimes we have a product, you can package it very well, they sell it. If the consumer doesn't see it as a niche, it cannot continue to produce. We have shown this one. So we are not only packaging it or not addressing it with bump-outs, but there is a reality. And when you go, those first 200 students, or maybe those first 100 students, they're going to be our marketers to tell the world that indeed it's a check on duty. Yeah. So the benefit is the list is so long because you have been, today will be given the opportunity to build your computer, not only play with it as kind of a toy game, like having an academic balance with the practical knowledge, it's just about operating it. So, producing reports and also providing what solutions.
All right. Okay, Nicholas, over to you, James Malady.
So, a number of questions, and I think two of them overlap. I want to respond to them simultaneously. The one is saying, how will incentivized, I'm putting them in my own words, how will incentivized lecturers impact the lives of students? And the other one is saying, how will it strike a balance between increase in fees and the welfare of students? So let me tie both together and respond. So there is this adage that says input determines output. Yeah. So in the first place, if we have the resources we want, it means we can have adequate space. It means we can provide more facilities. It means we can provide a conducive learning environment. It means we can incentivize our lecturers. And with an incentivized workforce, they can give more. And that ultimately will improve the quality of learning, not just the environment, but also the quality of the service that is delivered. So there's a nexus, there's a complete connection between incentive and performance, basically. So let me put it that way. Yeah. And somebody said the benefit of increasing fees. This is what I've just said. There is definitely a correlation. If we are allowed, we are putting our proposal. That is why we are not talking about figures right now. We have put in our proposals and we are waiting for approval by the line ministry. We are charging realistic fees. We are not charging exorbitant fees. A realistic fee that is within the context of training a student for one academic year. Mind you, when students go abroad or in the sub-region and they are charged exorbitant fees, they pay upfront. They don't negotiate. Why is it that when it comes to your home university, you want service, you want quality service, yet you keep criticizing that the fees are up, when comparatively, it is the cheapest fee in the world for any university education. Yeah. Somebody saying whether there are scholarships or financial aid options for students. Yes, we have SLG, which is given to a limited number of students across the board compared to the number of people who apply. But a new system has been introduced by the government through the line ministry, MTHE, the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, and that's the loan scheme. Okay. At the moment, the loan scheme is being rolled out for graduate students. But before now, a couple of months ago, ministries of the Ministry of officials of the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education engaged officials of the University of Sierra Leone with an object of piloting that scheme, extending it to undergraduate students. So for some years, according to them, we'll have the SLG running simultaneously with the loan scheme. And I think the thinking is that along the way, the SLG will phase out and they will stick with the loan scheme. So yes, there is a loan scheme and graduate students are benefiting from that now. And eventually undergraduate students will benefit from it. But what exists now is the SLG. Yeah, so there are options. What else? Says curriculum. Somebody spoke about old courses. This person, I'm sure, is not following up with what has happened over the past 3 to 4 years at the University of Sierra Leone. When this new vice chancellor took up office, he rolled out what he called, quote unquote, the re-engineering program. The re-engineering process of the University of Sierra Leone completely overhauled the curriculum. Faculties were split, new faculties were introduced, new departments were introduced, new courses were introduced. There was comprehensive curriculum review. Courses that are obsolete were taken off the program, and new courses have been approved. For IPAM alone, a total of 13 courses were approved in 2 phases by the Tertiary Education Commission. And some of these courses eventually have to go online, some will be traditional. So there has been tremendous increase in programs, new programs, and this is across the board. You go to IPAM, you go to Commerce, you go to Fundi College, you have new programs, you have new faculties, you have new departments, new courses. So, and these courses were not just introduced for the sake of introducing them. They are informed by research and they need the job market need. So they are modern courses, they respond to the job market, and they are beneficial for the students. So if you want to know more, go to the university website, www.usl.edu.sl, and you will see the litany of courses we have, new courses in combination with old courses, but are still relevant for the job market.
Okay, so I'll just take one or two more. Aminata Sise at Kingston is asking, what is the cost for the computer course? And this other person here, it says, in terms of international recognition, are there partnership or collaborations with universities abroad that you can highlight, Mr. Tamba? And the last one, this one here says, how do you envision cha- these fee changes impacting access to higher education for underprivileged students? We hope you can take that into consideration. This one is coming from Baba Kemukai.
So, okay. For
Yes.
I know for the computer thing that is ongoing, the fee is so minimal. Like we said, Female College has been where they are forced because of when you are selling a public entity is not making profits. The focus is not for profit maximization. The project for this computer and ICT project is about 600,000 euros, which is 600 euros for the 4 programs or 5 programs I'll be offering. Imagine 600 leons. All leons is 600,000 leons for all the 3 weeks, inclusive of another extra 1 week of polishing. For instance, the program will cover, I've already highlighted, from Microsoft Windows to Internet Explorer. And it's going to be climax because we cannot teach something that with a computer and computer basics without taking that person to the internet. We want to create more content creators more Facebook operators, more Facebook administrators, because that's where the money is. We that are in entrepreneurship and digital entrepreneurship, we realize that that's where you can start a business with just 500,000. Because if you can create a content in your Facebook page, you don't need a loan, you don't need anything. You just like the message, the topics you are discussing, you can make money as we are seeing the Nigerians, the Bahan, started with a very low number that is all over. If you want to create that awareness that those who study peace and conflict, we have so many stories or histories in line of how was our peace was resolved, how was it managed, how can people learn from our history. So you see, when there's peace and conflict idea, for me, it's not putting that content on Facebook. You can have followers that can give you money. So the program is 600,000 euros for the whole sessions, and when the session is ongoing, no extra fees, and we'll be giving certificates. Okay. Can you imagine that benefit? You'll be given a certificate from the University of Sierra Leone under Fobe College.
Someone can go to Fobe College for the registration or online.
No, the registration it's a manual.
Okay.
The location for the registration is the Deputy Registrar's office, or you can go to the ICT department at Fobe College at the University House. And the flyers are ongoing. When you go to that roundabout at Fobe College, you see banners. So details of phone numbers will be given, or maybe before the end of the program, we're going to announce contact numbers for students to reach out. So you said we are going to get a handful of students, but we need more.
Okay.
We want to target all faculties, from the Department of Law and Social Sciences to know about pure and applied arts, and also pure and applied sciences on to the humanities.
Okay.
We are not targeting a single department. This is for everyone who will be graduating at Fobe College.
So let me squeeze this in. Somebody is asking whether we have international recognition and partnerships. Yes, we have batteries of them. So, for example, at the university level, we have partnership with Mastership. We have partnership with Abdul Gamal Nazar University. But then at constituent level, at the constituent college level. So, like I said, Frobe College collaborating with the UNDP and UNIDO to drive a $600,000 innovation hub right now. IPAM is collaborating with the University of West Scotland to roll out a quality assurance program for SMEs, small and medium enterprises. Same IPAM is now recognized by CIPS, the Chartered Institute for Procurement and Supply, in terms of its procurement and supply programs, among other things. And then we have COMAS. COMAS is partnering with Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to train postgraduate students. They are also partnering with other international organizations to make vaccines for the world, including Sierra Leone. So these are just few of them. Thanks, not on my side.
Indeed. All right, so we are rounding up the program. What will be your message?
The message is, please, Fobe College students and graduate students for the 2023, take this opportunity, make use of the opportunity, because today is the right time. We are bringing a new thing into the life of you guys at Fobe College. We want to change the mindset, we want to change the perception that what people say in public is not what they can see, or no, that's not what they can realize. Go and feel it. Who will be sacrificing to go there for the 3 weeks? Going to tell the story. Because the program is what is a real champion research base that all of us that are there as a committee member, we are more passionate about impact rather than about focus on money. That's why we debate on the cash, we debate on the money, we debate on the value as compared to the amount to be paid.
Okay.
So go there as a graduate, that might not be a waste of time at all.
All right.
600,000 loans, 5 competing programs, also with extra mentorship and tutorials in terms of will be opportunities for graduate students.
Okay.
For the phone numbers, just for quick one, we have 078 055 207, and we have 031. That's a key set. We have 36 14 49. These are the key administrators that are be managing students to do their registration. But in software, when you go to the amphitheater or when you go to the roundabout at Fobe College, just check out the worker commercial bank. There is also a banner there. That's where you're going to be paying your fees. You don't pay to individuals. Please, all short courses programs will be paid and the local commercial bank for college. So when you go there, details of the fees you'll be giving, there is a people, there is a France to get you hands-on.
Okay, over to you.
Yes, the University of Sierra Leone, with its constituent colleges, Frobe College, IPAM, and Commerce, is poised, ready to welcome new students, freshmen and women, but also continuing students. So we open on Saturday, and business paper will commence on the following Monday. Our admonishment to students is, you want better services, please don't have the opportunity. We know students, it's not the norm, there were exceptions, but we still have students who they will give them their fees and they will convert that fee or divert it to some other things. Pay your fee so that you don't deprive the university of providing better qualities. Those who have the means and the connections to convince governments to up their game in terms of resources, committing resources to the university, please do, because we want to be on the map. This year, we were recognized for being 23rd out of 100 universities in sub-Saharan Africa, and we want to keep that momentum and continue improving on the quality of our services. But that takes money.
All right, thanks very much. Well, that's all in today's edition of the program Today 90 Minutes, live on HandsofHope Radio 100.5 FM. And we want to say many thanks to the executive producer, Madam Mama Taifuna, and to our studio guest, James Tamalebi, the Director of Public Relations at the University of Sierra Leone, as he was talking on the preparations for the opening of the university, covering application, fees, accommodation, transportation, and more. And thanks to Nicholas Ekama, lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone's IPAM, an entrepreneurship and innovation expert and a mentor in business development and marketing. He was discussing on the FBC short course in computer literacy. I want to say many thanks to our social media operator, Emric Lai Bangua, and also to you for sending in your text messages. And want to apologize if we didn't read out your text message, and for listening and watching the program. Many thanks to you. If you want to know more about our programs, you can reach us on 09001 005 or 07816 2461. 07816 2461. Join us to move on the edition of our Daily Current Affairs program. Until then, take care and stay informed. I am Erika Bangura.
We done the cry for so long.
Because you are part of the Frobe College family, as a graduate student, go and register now. Then officially we're going to start the classes on the 6th of November. And we're going to last for 3 weeks. Thank you.
We done the prayer. So today, the time just make the rain for them. Can't help we laugh, so we go on. Papa do ya we done the prayer. So today, the time don't come for make you answer.
When Papa God planned salvation for mortal man, He sending boy picking Jesus for die for all man. In this, we see the love of Christ in manifestation. But for how long? We go continue for live better life and forget but then young man and woman where they smoke kush and die all about. Them bigger man and other disable them where they suffer and treat. For this purpose, God has chosen the Love of Christ Foundation with a vision of hope, a mission to share the love of the Lord of hosts. Love of Christ Foundation, they hold 1 5-day camping with persons living with disability and other youth them all about freedom on the theme, My Community, My Responsibility. Kush, not to chop for it. This camping will take place na the Salon Correctional Training School within Waterloo from October 23 so till October 27, 2023 from 9 o'clock na morning so till 9 o'clock na night every day. And this camping na for all disabled, youth them and self them one way they take kush and smoke all kind drugs as God don't ready for show sorry and give them better life. So if you self one for show soriat to wetin Papa God dey do, you will call on their number here, +232 79 037 323 or +232 3036 3957. Email them on loveofchrist20@gmail.com. The CEO, na Brother Abubakar Kamara, aka The Pa in Pikin. So be part of this 5 days camping with persons living with disabilities and youth them all about